Chat in the Electric Lounge is powered by SECO Energy, an electric distribution cooperative serving over 260,000 members across parts of 7 Central Florida counties. For more information about us, visit secoenergy.com.
You ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Well, welcome back to Power Chat in the Electric Lounge. I'm your host, Curtis Wynn, and today's conversation is all about building for the future, SECO Energy's future. We're discussing the recent groundbreaking ceremony for our new facilities, updates on SECO Energy's expansion and improvement plan, and how these investments will help us continue delivering reliable, affordable, and innovative energy services for our growing member base for decades to come. Joining me today is Brian Knappenburger, Director of Facilities Management and Fleet Services here at SECO Energy. Brian has played a major role in helping shape the vision and planning and the execution behind these exciting projects. Brian, welcome to the Electric Lounge.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wynn. I'm glad to be here, excited to talk about these projects and what they mean for SECO's future.
Well, you know, Brian, SECO has served our members exceptionally well for decades. Our service level is among some of the best in the nation. But many of our existing facilities were designed for a smaller cooperative and it was in a very different era of operations. And with your background in facilities and the career that you've had before you got to SECO, you know a lot about facilities. Can we start by just talking about the condition and age of some of our current facilities, and from your perspective, what did you think when you first walked in and took a tour of the facilities?
They've served us very well during this time. They are older. They need some love as it is. Technology has advanced. We've grown. Our workforce is larger, and member expectations have evolved. So we need to keep up with that. These buildings, they've done a wonderful job up to this time, but we've recognized that we need to improve them, and we need to do that for our members to make the services that much better.
Yeah, but before both of us actually started our career here at SECO, we know that in the past there's been a lot of improvements.
Yes. But
you get to a point where you just can't patch up anymore. Would you say that's part of what you've noticed that you've been here?
100%. That's very correct. There's a point where you're it's not effective or efficient with your money or anything else to keep adding on or modifying to an existing building, and we're well past that.
Yeah. Well, before we go much further, let's give our listeners a quick overview of the 3 major facilities included in the expansion and improvement plan and exactly where they're located.
Okay. Well, our first facility, I should say one of our facilities, but is the northern facility in Ocala, Marion County. That one is designed to help strengthen our operational needs and our support for a large area of growth that we have. Our second one would be our eastern facility, which is over in Groveland, another area that we're seeing a lot of growth in. And same thing, we need to be able to support the members there, our operational needs, and any recovery efforts that we may have. Our third, which is our central facility, it's also our new headquarters and operations center. That'll be our central hub for SECO, as it currently is now. Our headquarters is here. Each of these is designed to be able to increase our operational needs. It's going to be a better work environment for our employees, and as such, our members will notice a better operation and an increase in efficiency.
Wonderful. Brian, this is much more than simply constructing new buildings, right?
Absolutely. Every one of these projects was designed with operational efficiency in mind. We're looking at population growth. We're looking at locations that we have, the increasing service demands that we have, access to roads, infrastructure that we have in the area, All of these were part of the evaluation. Employee collaboration, that's a large need that we felt we needed to address, and that's being done as well.
Yeah, so it gives us a better opportunity to really drive home this concept that we call one SECO.
That's correct. If you're in multiple buildings, you're not communicating effectively.
Yeah.
Collaboration is affected at that point.
It is. So on May 26th, SECO officially celebrated the groundbreaking ceremony for one of these projects, a major milestone and an exciting moment for the cooperative. It was an exciting day for me, and I know, just to go through that and just make that event happen was really exciting for a lot of folks. But I'd love to, since you've been so engaged with this project, what did it mean to you when we went through that groundbreaking ceremony?
Well, it's exciting. It's a big milestone. You've reached a point where you've accomplished so much. I mean, the project team, it validated the years that they've put into putting this together. There's literally years in advance of ever getting to this point. So it's brought that work to a bit of a conclusion. And now you can look at the next part of the phase, which is coming forward, which would be the construction phase that we're going to be moving into it.
Yeah. And Brian, I know I've watched how you have managed your responsibility, and you have a lot of folks who are leaning on you, employees. You have the leadership team is really leaning on you for your expertise in this area and our board even so as much. So what do you think? What have you heard from employees with regards to what did that groundbreaking ceremony mean to them? Have you gotten any feedback from anyone?
I have. Several of the employees that I've talked to since then have expressed that they're very happy. They've gained a lot of knowledge from that. They are appreciative of the fact that they got to meet a lot of people that were involved in the project that they didn't know anything about. A lot of the employees that we have, they're not aware of what goes on in the background and the amount of time that's been put in here by the staff and the board and everyone else. So they were glad to hear that. And then they're just excited about the look of the new buildings and looking forward to moving ahead with the construction part of the project.
Right. And this groundbreaking really represents just the beginning of a much larger and a much longer term expansion for SECO Energy.
Yes, that's correct. This is just the beginning of the project. It's multiple phases that we're going to be going through, with the next one being the construction phase that we have. And that's going to take some time, and then after that, you're going to be moving into the facility, so that's another part. But over the next several years, we'll continue moving along. The projects are going to start independently, but they will all run at the same time.
Right. So, a lot of details. We're not talking here about just simply office buildings. They're operational hubs. They're designed to support employees. They're designed to help us enhance our technology. They're set up to help our line technicians do their jobs more effectively. Mm-hmm. The fleet operations, which you're in charge of, emergency response, and just simply serving our members. All of this working together more efficiently. So, can you talk about the planning and design process and some of the biggest priorities behind the state-of-the-art facilities that we're getting ready to build?
Sure. Well, one of the biggest things is geographical location that we have, the coverage, and making sure that it's placed appropriately where our growth is at and where our members are. Operational accessibility is a big thing. The infrastructure being in place, the long-term expansion that we have, making sure we have room for growth in the future. Environmental concerns, those are all things that we have to and have looked at, taken into account moving forward. And in the locations were selected using those items as a strategic roadmap. And then we were looking at it in regards of the dispatch operations that we're going to have there, the fleet services. We've got warehouse operations that are there. Everyone within the company will have a seat in one of these new buildings. And so we're making sure that it works for everyone and it's collaborative. So everyone has an opportunity to meet everyone.
Yeah. So everyone, meaning 535 employees as we speak today, and it's a growing number.
Growing number.
And we've designed the building for that growth as well, right?
Yes, we've designed the buildings for the growth. We have them planned out at a 5-year plan. So we're expecting that we're going to be hiring some people, but then we've also made plans for being able to add a building if necessary in the future on the same property, so that we're looking towards that growth at 10, 15, 20 years in the future.
Absolutely. Excellent. One thing I think people don't realize is just how much work goes into this whole process before you start moving dirt and building the actual building. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yes, there's a lot of collaboration that goes into the plan and to the project before you ever get to construction. You have to put together an idea of what you need, develop a plan of where you need to go with your buildings, let's say, who they need to service, where they need to service. So these are all things that the team has looked at. We've had people looking at this for 3 to 4 years now. So that's something that builds towards where you're going to be. You take that, you put that into a conceptual plan. That conceptual plan then turns into a schematic design plan, which then turns into a design building. So,
wow, it's a lot.
A lot of work.
So anytime members hear about a project of this size and of this magnitude, timelines become one of the major questions. Can you tell us a little bit about the timelines for these facilities as we move into this next phase?
Well, I can tell you that in our Eastern Operations Center, we're expecting construction completion in the fourth quarter of 2027. Our Northern Operations Center, we're expecting to see the construction completion the first quarter of 2028. And our Central Operations Center here, which we will begin moving dirt and working on the site work of the facility end of June, middle of July, and complete that in the third quarter of 2028.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's getting real, isn't it?
Like we say, it's getting real, yes.
Let's fast forward. Once we get completed, what practical improvements do we think we'll see, or what did you expect for two groups? Mm-hmm. One, our employees, and second, our members.
Well, our employees, they're going to see a more modern workspace, upgraded technology, a safer workspace. It's built for the size of the workforce that we have. More efficient collaboration areas that we have, so people can actually meet and discuss the projects and what we have going on. Members will benefit through faster response capabilities, stronger storm response. We'll have areas will be on each site where we're able to bring the equipment up there if that storm is moving into their area, which we currently don't have. There'll be an infrastructure that is stronger and more resilient during the not only storm events but also every day.
Yeah. So I'm sure that includes a lot of technology enhancements that will also enhance the way we operate. Would you tell us a little bit about some of the technological aspects of the new facility that we could expect?
Absolutely. So we'll be having advanced communication systems in these buildings, operational monitoring, fleet management software. The dispatch centers that we have are going to be brought to the modern style, so they'll have a lot more technology-driven abilities than our current systems have.
Wow. Exciting.
Very.
Now, throughout this process, one message has remained clear, and this expansion and improvement plan, that message is that this plan is ultimately a commitment to our members. Before we wrap up today, what message would you most like SECO members and employees to take away from this exciting new chapter for SECO and its history?
Well, I think I'd like them to understand that this investment in SECO is all about SECO's future reliability, strength, and preparedness for the future. These projects represent years of collaboration between team members, board members, city, municipality members. All of this is designed to strengthen SECO and make us more reliable, more resilient, and more efficient in our operations.
So, Brian, thank you again for joining us and sharing more about this exciting investment in SECO Energy's future. And thank you for our listeners for tuning in to another episode of Power Chat in the Electric Lounge. As construction moves forward, SECO will continue providing updates on key milestones, project progress, and how we're building for the future while continuing the reliable, member-focused service our communities depend on every day. To learn more about SECO Energy's expansion and improvement plan, including project background, conceptual renderings, timelines, and ongoing updates, visit future.secoenergy.com. Until next time, I'm Curtis Wynn, and we'll see you in the Electric Lounge.